In today's show, I have a special guest, Alexandru Lamba, who is the co-founder of BEECODED software house. So welcome, Alexandru.
Hello, nice to see you, Jan.
Yeah, definitely. And so maybe for people who are not familiar with BEECODED, can you tell us a little bit more, like where are you from? How big is your team? And perhaps, what sort of projects have you been working on over the years?
Absolutely. So we are a software development house based in Bucharest, Romania. We have over 40 developers in our team at the moment, and we are providing three types of services to customers across Europe and the United States. So for our customers, we mainly do custom software development services, starting from consultancy to prototyping and to full delivery of the product. We do e-commerce for big companies that have at least 2 or 3 million in turnover from their current e-commerce solution, and we improve upon that with our partners. And we also do AI products and AI research in different verticals such as medtech, R&D, different other verticals as well.
Got it. So who would you say maybe, since you do many things, who is maybe your ideal customer, whether is it e-commerce or more, custom software development projects with maybe established companies or startups? How would you maybe look at that?
Since we have three business lines, so to say, I think we not only have a single ideal customer profile. Let's say we have two at the moment, because for the software development services and also for the AI products, we best work and best serve CTOs. They have a need to deliver their internal products or to kick off a new side product in their company, and they are the ones who have the pressure to deliver, and they also require to have the best team to deliver on their CEO's vision or their product owner vision or the other department's vision, and also make sure that they stay in a very good timeline and a very good budget to do this. And it usually happens that the internal teams have focus on to developing their existing products or their existing business lines, and they don't want to defocus them to start a side product or to start a side delivery from what they are already doing. And this is the perfect blend for us because we are very technical, and we understand the requirements of projects in depth, and we also have the capacity to deliver on the CTO's requirements, both functional and non-functional. So I would say we are a little bit more technical in general, and the best customer profile for us is the CTO. When it comes to e-commerce, things stay completely different. It's a different customer profile, it's a different approach, it's a different sales cycle, and I think that's a little bit more complex because it touches down not only on a specific target, but as a specific role or a job in a company, but it's a effort to understand all the departments that contribute to what e-commerce means for a company.
So are you majority of your clients e-commerce or are they the CTO types?
I think it's CTO types.
Mhm. Okay, so you've mentioned you have clients in Europe and in the US. So are majority or most and half maybe outside of Romania, or do you still have some local clients perhaps?
We do have some local clients, but they are quite small. We have migrated a little bit more from the local market to provide our services. We do have most of our customers in custom software development and in UK, in Greece, in Germany, Switzerland, um, and the Nordic countries. We also have some local customers as well that are pretty big. Um, and in the e-commerce sector, we do work only with multinational companies that happen to also be headquartered here in Romania.
Right. So I guess most people will be wondering, we have a lot of footprint in different countries, and I guess you don't have offices in all these countries. So these are remote clients who probably you've never met or maybe just through video. So how are you actually getting those clients? Is it mostly from referrals and recommendations? Or is there a process you have maybe with sales or some sort of marketing that kind of helps you with, generating the leads outside of your country?
Ian, I have to say that we did a pretty good job with some customers at our early beginnings, and most of the projects that we got so far come from referrals
Mhm.
or from our network, the founders network as well. We have started also to do some sales efforts and to also put in place a machine that will generate more leads and that will bring in new customers. But this is something we're still working on and fine tuning. It represents a smaller percentage of our customer base at this point.
Mhm. So majority is coming from recommendations and the sales efforts you just implemented this year, or have you tried it before as well?
I think it's like 1 year into setting up this machinery and starting to build the sales team.
So do you have in-house salespeople, or do you tend to have like external agents maybe in different countries who bring you deals for like revenue sharing, or is there like a internal process you want to build?
We have been focusing largely on building our online appearance in the
Mhm.
last year because we were so busy with helping our customers and providing them our services that we've neglected a lot our own websites, apps, image and so forth, right? And because of this we didn't have any kind of online presence, content and so forth. Now, our focus was to build a base for us in terms of what would mean organic uh, lead generation. And we combine this with efforts of capitalizing more on our network and our and referrals, as well as starting to do a little bit of marketing. So I would say it's a 33.3% in each bucket, in each of those three buckets where we've put our efforts in. We haven't considered yet having some agents in other countries to do sales for us. It's quite interesting that you mentioned that. But what we do is we do have customers in different countries, and whenever they introduce us to someone new, we are also able to fly there, meet them, discuss with them, and start a relationship with them.
Mhm. Yeah, I just know how difficult this is because I used to build sales teams and it never worked kind of. So it's always a problem, especially yeah. So but usually there's a way to figure it out with some hybrid model. But I'm wondering, if you're building this stuff, so how what would you say is different about your company maybe than other companies? Because typically, a lot of software houses are focused on their mandate rate or maybe their tech stack. But if I'm a CTO, to be honest, I can just find a cheaper option anywhere I want. Like that's not going to be interesting for me. So, is there anything extra that you have that you would say it helps you compete with other software houses? Because just in Europe, just in Poland, there's like, I don't know, 5,000. Then the whole Central Europe and Eastern Europe, there's 10,000 software companies who are in the same position. So, like, how do you think you can compete outside of just the price or, tech stack and all these basic things? Is there anything else you think you have that other companies maybe don't have that can help you maybe in, marketing, selling, or anything like this?
Yeah, and that's a very interesting question. So I think especially nowadays, it's room, it's plenty of room for everybody to sell their services and fill in some gaps in the market, because the TAM of software services or IT industry, it's huge, right? And we are living in an age where there are no more geographical boundaries, there are no more requirements to be to do lots of efforts to actually reach out to people in different countries or in different time zones. And if we are going to take all those things apart, we are going to realize, or what we actually realized was that there is a specific type of persona, buyer persona, or a specific type of CTOs that we best match with and we work great with. And why I'm saying this, it's because sales in general, from my point of view, it's not about having the best rate card or having the best competitive advantage in a specific area or not. Sales, it's about people. We buy people, we don't buy services. We buy trust, we buy the idea that you can serve me and help me fulfill my scope, and I can put all my trust in you as my partner to accomplish what I need to accomplish, right? And we figured out that CTOs have some very interesting and specific needs when it comes to building specific projects in their companies. And it's not always about when they choose the partner to do this, it's not always about the budget. The budget might be flexible, or the scope of work might be flexible, or there might be a trade-off between budget and scope of work and what they try to achieve when they find the right partner, right? For most of the CTOs, because it's an interesting breed, right? They have the possibility to, and not the possibility, they have the capacity to make decisions on what needs to be implemented, how it needs to be implemented, and so forth. They have the capacity to push the boundaries of the budgets for the applications that they are building. They understand what are the costs and implications of building a product. They understand technical depth. They understand a lot of things related to a software project, and they are the best influencers in their company to push the decision makers to go towards a specific decision, to start a project or to choose a different software provider, or to switch from one provider to another, right? Even though they don't do this directly on their own, they are the influencers and they have the capacity to do this. But they don't, they also have the mission to improve things in the company that they are working on, and they have the mission to build what is required from them, right? And in order to do this, they have to juggle with their internal team and with external providers and with their time and with their efforts to make the best of all worlds. I think this is where we excel the most. We understand all those things, we understand all those points, and we are able to connect them in such a way. And we have our own system of helping CTOs to achieve their goals, such that it doesn't unbalance what they do internally. It doesn't take focus from their internal teams, but we also help them to be in control, to stay always on top of things, and to have the assurance that their software development partner is going to deliver what they say they are going to deliver. And more than this, they have the assurance that if they are going to work with us, everything is going to be crafted in such a way that they can internalize at every moment.
Mhm. Got it. Makes sense. So I'm just wondering, maybe my last question would be, what are your plans for the next year? Because it's almost the end of the year. So are you planning in terms of growth, I don't know, doubling in size, or you've mentioned you're investing in these marketing or sales things. So is that kind of your main focus for the next year as well, or are there any other things you're trying to open a new service line or new offices or anything like that?
I think in the next year, our focus is to reach out and help more CTOs build what they're trying to build. We know that it's going to be, or at least what the market says and all the reports says in the market, it's that in 2025, everybody is going to go towards cost optimization, cutting down costs from infrastructure or different things, right? So we are preparing to be a helping hand for CTOs who need to go through this process. And we could help them with either assessments or either optimizing their teams in order to meet these demands. And we also want to, I wouldn't say triple in growth, but we aim to at least grow 2.2x from 2024 with our entire team and efforts. And this we are going to do this by providing the same services that we provided until now, but expand into different regions as well,
Mm-hmm.
and help more customers.
Oh, I like that you're kind of optimistic with this because many companies are pessimistic because they see it as like the market is too overcrowded. There's more sales everywhere, so it's like harder to stand out than let's say 10 years ago. So your approach is more kind of different that, you know, it's great time for a software house, which most of them think it was great maybe 5 years ago, and now it's kind of like not that special. So yeah, I hope you double or triple next year, and maybe we can catch up then, so you can let us know how you did that.
Absolutely. I think it's a good time for everybody to cut down on automation and aggressive sales and just be there like everywhere and spam everybody, and go into building more meaningful relationships and figuring out what's the best way to bring value to their target customers. If they listen closely, there are plenty of information that their ideal target has to share with them, and those insights will allow them to understand
Mhm.
how they can grow easily and faster, even in these times.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, if you guys want, you can connect with Alexandru on the link below. There will be the LinkedIn profile or maybe the website of BEECODED. So you can maybe drop a question if you have any. But thank you so much for the interview, and hopefully we can catch up maybe in maybe a year or something again.
Appreciate, Jan. Thank you very much for the invitation, and I wish everybody a successful 2025, and looking forward to change the world together.
All right.